Welcome back. Ohio's tax-free holiday kicks off tomorrow, and that means saving you some money. Charlie Heid with CLA is with us this afternoon to go over some changes to this year's tax-free days. Okay, this is not new. We've had this for a long time.
Correct.
But there's new wrinkles to it that are really benefiting everyone.
There is. So first of all, it's longer. Normally, it's been a 3-day period, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it now starts tomorrow at midnight and runs through August 8th. 11:59. So
look at that.
So longer period. It now used to be limited to school supplies, and now it is anything that's under $500.
Well, I see from the bottom graphic there, I can't go to the liquor store and buy.
No, there are certain things. Motor vehicles.
Yeah.
You can't buy watercraft, anything like that. Tobacco. Alcohol is not going to be subject to this exemption.
But the usual stuff for the kids, backpacks and clothes and shoes and socks. Now, is that $500 in a given store, or how do they know how much you're spending?
You could go to Target, you could go to Macy's, and you will get or you can order online. You can go out and do your ordering online. The key is the item itself must be under $500.
Okay.
So here's a great example. If I go in and I buy a couple pairs of slacks, some dress shirts, some shoes, and my total at checkout $600, I still get the exemption because each item was under $500.
Okay. Why the change this year, do you think?
So I think it's a couple of things. So this was part of House Bill 33. And all it said is there had to be, for this holiday to occur, there had to be a surplus that Ohio was looking at. And Ohio has a surplus, and they've decided this year, they just expanded it and made it longer.
A budget surplus. In other words, the state is above water. We're not.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So that's why it's a little bit longer this year than it's been in the past. And I think it's great because it goes beyond just school supplies, because there may have, before it was a list of these are what qualify as school supplies. Now they've just said any tangible personal property under $500.
Well, this is a great bonus for just anyone. I mean, all of us can take advantage, and you got to really talk with your spouse or your family and say, okay, how can we take advantage of this? And of course, it's a win-win side for everyone because the stores, even online, but the stores will benefit from that.
The stores are going to benefit from an uptick in visitors coming in to buy things. And again, it's great because you can kind of plan things out. So, you think about it. If you can even take this I'm taking the family out to dinner at a restaurant. When I eat in at a restaurant, the food I buy is subject to sales tax. But if that item I ordered off the menu is under $500, it's not taxable.
Okay, wait, what? So if we go out to eat now, for this 10-day period, going to a restaurant will not cost sales tax?
No. If you buy alcohol during your dinner, that's going to be subject to sales tax. But all those other items, as long as each item was under $500, you aren't paying sales tax. If you eat out within the period, which starts tomorrow at midnight and runs through Thursday, August 8th.
What is the sales tax currently if I'm buying just regular stuff?
Yeah, so it's the state and local. So when you think about for Ohio, you're in Lucas County, we've got Ohio sales tax tacked on Lucas County sales tax. So it's roughly around here 7.25%.
Wow, that's pretty stiff there.
Yeah, so it's a big savings.
If you want to buy some appliances or any electronics, if they're below $500, get a new iPad for the kids.
Correct.
Get earbuds, something like that.
Yep.
That.
And it doesn't matter that your total at checkout is over $500. It's the per item. So if you go in and you buy an item that's $800, it's subject to sales tax. If I buy 4 items and the total's $800, I pay no sales tax.
Now, I know years ago when online shopping first came in, there was a question over online shopping. There was no tax, no sales. Has that's been, I didn't even pay attention, but over years that has been corrected?
It has changed. Yeah, so when you think about Amazon, which is a big online retailer.
They're paying sales tax?
They have come to agreement with almost all the states they're in. And they collect sales tax and submit it to the states.
So, have you thought much about what you and your family will do, thinking outside the box, ways to take advantage of this?
Well, I was thinking about, geez, I need a new golf club.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I could go get a new driver. As long as it's under $500, I'm going to be in good shape. But it is an opportunity to really kind of plan out if you've got a number of things that you've been thinking about. School supplies are coming up. That's a given. But there's a lot of things that new wardrobes for work. This would be a great opportunity to go out and take advantage.
You're a big-time accountant. This guy's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's a big deal. Once April 15th was passed and things calmed down, is this an easy time of year for you, or do you really have, it's a quarterly operation?
It never slows down.
With companies, because you represent a lot of companies?
Yep, correct. It never slows down because there's always transactions going on.
What astounds me in what you do is it's always changing, and you have to keep up with the changes that way.
Yeah,
All right.
which I love because it keeps you young.
It does. Charlie, thank you so much for coming in. Charlie Heid.